What is happening, guys? Martin Martin is back again. So this is just looking at some B-reel of my trip to Paris in France. Obviously, capital of France is Paris. And just a quick reel, this trip. So discussion. So in regards to questions of what people have asked me and just going there. People have said that the French are very rude. Do I agree with that? I'm gonna say it depends. It depends. So I probably speak like a B1 level of French. I put the time in to try and learn on my own. I take weekly classes twice a week. Like I'm not shy to say that I'm still learning. But when I was in France and the people I've spoken to, I feel like when I speak French, I have an English accent, but they've said, hey, no, you don't have an English accent, or they've said you speak very well. Are you French even, or like where do you come from? Because I'm not sure of your accent. So that's something to bear in mind. Now this is obviously in the tourist places. You can see in the videos. I've gone to the main places, but from my experience, I'm gonna say are French people rude? Possibly, like anyone else. But if you're not trying to speak any French at all and you're not even trying to interact with people in their language and everything straight away to maybe English, or I don't know if you speak German, or if you speak, let's think of what else there could be. Let's say you speak Spanish, for instance, and you just speak in your own language and just ignore the fact that you're in France and don't even try to maintain some level of not necessarily respect for the culture, but an attempt to try and speak in regards to where you are. I think it's going to be very difficult for you. I think realistically, if you remain in tourist places, you're probably not going to have any issues. I found the travel was relatively cheap in respect of getting the metro. The metro was very well situated in central Paris. Obviously, you got the arrondissement, which people can find out for themselves, but it works like a snail. You go around in a circle, and ultimately, I think each ticket was like €1.90. So you can buy, and literally, this is in this time now, so I can't speak for the future, but you can buy a pass for like I think it's a book of 10 tickets, and that came to €20, rounding that up. And from what it looks like, it's like £1, €1 90 a ticket. So there's a lot going on there in the city. There's a lot to see, so much to see. The only thing I think that sort of annoyed me a little bit was the amount of tourists. You're in the central locations. You go to see the Tour Eiffel, you go to see Le Louvre, you go to see the Sacre Coeur. If you're gonna go around these places, just bear in mind there are going to be loads of tourists. Doesn't matter what time of year it is. This is Paris. People travel all the way from Hong Kong, Korea, from Russia, from you name it. They're coming from Kazakhstan. They're coming there. You name it. They've tried to get there, and this is how busy this place is. But one thing I want to say is that there is a good mix, I feel, in France, or at least not in France necessarily, but in Paris. For myself, from my perspective, there was a like a feeling of an African influence as well in the country. I want to say in the country when I say the country, but in Paris. And I didn't feel out of place. I didn't feel there was any type of feeling of what's going on. Why is this guy here? I'm going to look at him. He's walking on the street. I'm just going to keep noticing. I didn't really feel that. Final points as well. Is there racism? Again, I'd say because I felt that there was more of an African influence there. I didn't think it was that strange to see a black guy walking around in a museum, for instance. I didn't feel that way. So I would highly recommend it for anyone who's never been. Obviously you got to get your things in order to get there, because again, depending on where you're coming from, it can be quite a distance, but it's definitely some place to put on your list. And who knows, maybe in the future I'll live there again in the future, but we'll see for now. So that was my review of Paris, guys. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one. Peace.